Hello students of Standard 9. Welcome once again in the YouTube channel on 24th of April. Today once again I am here with the same chapter, French Revolution. We are going very slowly, gradually. You go through the video several times, you will come to know or you can understand very easily because this is a long chapter. If I go through it very fast or if I go through only for finishing the chapter, you will not understand anything. Today, I am going to take the paragraph, the topic, the outbreak of the revolution. Louis XVI had to increase taxes. Louis XVI, the king of that time in France, he has to increase the taxes. The reason you know better because when he became the king at that time, the royal treasury was totally empty. But to increase the taxes, it is in the law in the old regime or the olden times in France that he cannot. The king is not at all a valid person for increasing by himself. So he alone cannot increase the taxes. Rather, he had to call a meeting of the Estates Generals. State means three estates were there. First state, second state, third states. All the third states, three states generals has to be called and discuss to pass the proposal for new taxes. The State Generals was a political body to which the three states sent their representatives. However, the monarch alone could decide when to call a meeting of this body. The last time it was done in 1614. So this time it has to be done. He has decided to once again call on 5th May 1789. He called the assembly of the State General to pass this proposal of new taxes. A resplendent hall in the Versailles was prepared to host the delegates. In the Versailles, in a very big hall, it has been called, all the States Generals were called there on 5th May 1789. The first and the second states sent 300 representatives each, who were seated in the rows facing each other two sides, while the 600 members of the third state had to stand at the back because they were the common people. The third state represent the common people, so they were not allowed to sit with the first states and second states, which comprises noble and clergy. The third state was represented by its most prosperous and educated members, but members of the third states were maximum prosperous and educated. First state, second state people were rather royal families and people from the clergy and churches. Peasants, artisans, women are denied entry in the assembly, although they are the main constituent of the third state. However, their grievances, whatever their problems were there, these third state main persons, educated persons, they all carried their grievances in a written envelopes, letters, and they were listed. 40,000 letters were there, which the representatives have brought with them. So voting in the State General in the past had been conducted according to the principle that each state had only one vote. How many member you wanted to bring, you bring. But every state is valid for one vote. Total one state will valid for one vote. So how many voting will be there? How many total vote will be there? Only 3. So just you imagine if only 3 votes will be considered, then first state and second state is always with the monarch because they get all the privileges. Then automatically whatever monarch will decide, that will be a law. Because third state will never agree for paying increase of taxes because they are the only persons who are paying the taxes. And already they used to pay the tax. More increase, harvest was not good, they will not agree. So whether you agree or not, the law will pass. So it is just an, what to say, it is just an meeting called by them. But the result, it is known. So the representatives of the third states viewed themselves as a spokesmen for the whole French nation. So they walk out from this assembly, but they did not went home. They declared themselves a national assembly and sworn not to disperse till they had drafted a constitution for France that would limit the power of the monarch. They were led by Mirabeau Ambitious. Mirabeau was born in a noble family but was convinced of the need to do away with the society of feudal privileges. Although Mirabeau belonged to a royal family, but he always supported the third estate. So, in this way, many people were there who sat together in a tennis ground, closed themselves in a tennis ground, and they sound all the male member of the third estate society. They sound that until and unless a new constitution has been framed, which will restrict the power of monarch, they will not go home. Till then, their housewives, the women of the house, they took the command to run the family. They started doing all household works, outside works, maintain their children. And that year it was a severe winter, harvest failed. Now see the condition of see the situation. How it is difficult for the housewives or household women to continue with these lives. But they done it. But they worked with hand in hand or shoulder in shoulder with the main of this. And after that, this assembly, when they framed the constitution, monarch has also has to come down. He accepted the National Assembly's all demands, and then came a new ruler under whom this total assembly agreed to work. Who was he? We'll go through in the next video.